I was just thinking that. Me and Luffy are on the same wavelength. I'm an idiot too.
The One Piece awaits, a treasure untold. Boundless possibilities, stories unfold. Noxiddar cheers as Luffy sets sail into the unknown where legends prevail. The grand line calls a place of wonder. Adventure awaits, lightning and thunder. I am Noxiddar!
Hey everyone, how's it going? Noxiddar here, and welcome to the next reaction in the One Piece anime. Today we are starting with episode 68. I couldn't wait to get started on the next recording, so as you can see, I have not even moved a muscle from this seat. I'm just kind of laughing and giddy and excited. I'm ready for more. And so I say, shall we? Oh, here they go. Again?
リトルガーデンに向かってまっしぐらと行きたいところなのに、こうしてる間にも時間が焦らないで、一刻も早くアラバスタに行かなきゃならないのはわかるけど。よーし、釣りするぞ。
I was just thinking that. Me and Luffy are on the same wavelength. I'm an idiot too.
彼が3000万ベリーの賞金首だなんて、とてもそんな凶悪な人物には想像できないかもね。あいつが倒した奴らの顔ぶれなんて。
It's true.
イーストブルー制覇に手をかけていた魚人アーロン、海賊艦隊提督ドンクリーク、公には知られてないけど狡猾な手口で名を馳せた海賊キャプテンクロ。
まだいるぜ。でっけえ表を振り回す海軍野郎。
ああ、表の魔王。
Ah, yes, how could we forget?
聞いたことがあるわ。
Really?
圧倒的支配で恐れられた海軍大佐だとか、あんなやつまで倒したっていうの？ああ、表のおっさんか。そういや、表のおっさんとこにいたあいつどうしてっかな。まだあの海軍基地にいるのかな。あいつって？ああ、コビっつってな。
Oh, Koby. We're actually gonna see them finally. Oh wow, this has to be a dream. No way.
ルフィさん、お元気ですか？僕です。コビーです。辛いこともたくさんあったけど、今では夢だった海軍将校になることができました。
Really? For realsies?
ルフィさん。
Kaiju Luffy? Definitely a dream now. It's a weird dream.
なんて綺麗なんだ。
I think I told this story before about how I was learning Japanese and I knew that the word like kirei was clean, but I didn't realize that it meant like pure and beautiful. And so I was talking about how the secretary at the English school I was doing an internship with she was doing the dishes and I was practicing my Japanese and I uttered the word kirei thinking like, oh, she's cleaning dishes, and she thought it as like, oh, he's talking about my hands, he called them beautiful, now I'm in love with him. And hilarity ensued from that point. It was awkward, very awkward, but hilarity. Oh, Helmeppo. So I have this theory about Helmeppo, and you'll have to tell me if there's some merit to it. When I look at his character design, do we get a good look at it? Right, yeah, kind of right there. I was like, wow, this guy, he's kind of a dickhead. And then I looked at him and I was like, he is. Wait a minute. If Usopp is a combination of Uso, like lying, and Aesop's fables fused together, would Helmeppo be a combination of helmet, like a helmet head, and Jimpo? And fuse those two together and you basically get a dickhead. That's my headcanon. It's probably not true. There's probably some Japanese word that I totally missed in there. But that is my headcanon, and that's what I'm sticking with because it totally fits. Yeah, we knew you were dreaming, Koby. No way. No way that was real. Did we see something similar to this when Zoro was cleaning in Logtown?
お前たちは海軍に入る資格もないところを
特別に雑用係として入隊を許されたんだろう。
てめえが入隊させたわけじゃねえだろうが。
はい、もちろんです。僕にできることなら何でもやります。やらせていただきます。
バカがお前何も仕事を買って出る必要ないだろう。そんなんやりたきゃお前一人でやれ。やってらんねえよ。コビーはともかくなんでこの俺様が雑用なんだ。
I have to say, one of my favorite character arcs in the live action was Helmeppo's. He was... I get that he's kind of a lot more of a pretty boy than this Helmeppo, but I feel like he really carried that kind of just... He really channeled that like sleazy, rich boy daddy will take care of all my problems kind of vibe so well. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of the combination of Koby and Helmeppo in season 2. So I'm really, really excited to be watching these episodes. Yes, to the simpler times.
昔はよかったな。こんなことになったのもみんなあの麦わらがあいつが親父を海軍大佐の地位から引きずり下ろしたんだ。
I don't think he did that. I think the Navy did.
みんなあいつのせいだ。俺がこんな目に遭っているのも全部あの麦わらが悪いんだ。なんだよ。慣れ慣れしく触るな。
見ません。でも友達として一言言わせていただきたくて。
友達？誰がお前と友達なんだよ。
そりゃ同じ雑用ですから。
あの麦わらせい。
そうやって何でもかんでもルフィさんのせいにするのは良くないですよ。自分の運命を他人のせいにしたって何も解決しません。ルメッポさんは長い間お父さんの力を借りて生きてきた。これからは前を向かなきゃ。自分の力で夢を探しましょう。僕には夢があります。いつか必ず海軍将校になって悪い奴らをバッタバッタと取り締まるんです。
何その気になってんだよ。お前みたいな弱虫が海軍将校だなれるわけないだろ。
なれますよ。ルフィさんの生き方を見て僕決めたんです。
Luffy will not let you stand still.
ふざけんな。俺様に説教か。お前いつからそんなに偉くなったんだ。
ルフィさんの悪口を言うな。間違ったことは言って。
There you go, Koby. Yeah. Don't let up. That might take a little more choring.
それでクビになったの海軍を。いや、なんとかクビは免れました。
Well, that's lucky.
50年ただ働きの約束でな。そうだよ。これ見て。麦わらのルフィ、ローグタウンで大暴れ。スモーカー大佐を煙に巻いて逃走。
ルフィさん。それじゃあルフィさんはグランドラインに向かったんだ。
Oh, more than headed for it.
あの人はとうとう夢に向かって一歩を踏み出したんだ。
I think about how much more of a reinforcement that is. Where Kofi. I think about how much more of a reinforcement that really is for Koby, who had just pronounced his dream to Helmeppo and has stuck by it through this time. And then to see that Luffy is in fact not just saying things, he's living it. He's there. He's moving through the Grand Line now. And just what a morale boost that has to be for Koby. I know that probably the events that we saw in season 1 are kind of a truncated, sped up, altered moments of the relationship that forms between Koby and Helmeppo. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how this dynamic plays itself out over the course of, I guess however many episodes there are where this happens. I'm imagining quite a few. But it's really surprising to see them right here. I genuinely thought we were just going to pick right back up with Luffy and helping Vivi get back to Alabasta and then finding this place, this little garden. So to kind of take a bit of a reprieve from the last 3 episodes that we did and finishing off the Whiskey Peak arc, this is really nice. It's a good counterbalance to all the crazy big action that's happening and having kind of these more quieter moments. I mean, as quiet as you can be for doing a direct attack on the Navy and removing one of the buildings. Other than that, pretty quiet as far as things go. Yeah. Dude, at least act like you want to be there. Ooh. To Garp. This is a lot more involved than just being strung up in the yard. Oh wow, shining balls and shining swords. Let's go. Having a real moment. Yeah. Oh wow. $842 years? What is happening? This is a lot different than sharing a drink over at the bar and sharing secrets. Wow, Koby. Did they make that sail out of his pants? Ooh. He's gonna have a hard time respecting him after this. Koby? Holy cow, he made it. Dude, donuts do sound good right now. Oh. Oh. Very odd. I was not expecting to see him again.
大いなる海グランドラインへ向かうことになったんです。きっといつか会える日が来る。
So they're heading to the Grand Line too. Interesting. I wonder where this sequence takes place. Is it taking place at the same time? Well, we know that it's after the events of Logtown, so it must be kind of taking place like simultaneously. Where Luffy's also traveling now to Alabasta. That was really nice being able to see them again. And Garp's hat is so different. It's really like more like a helmet than the hat that he wore in the live action. The one in the live action was cute. It's cute. This is a different animal altogether. Well, I mean it's the same animal, but it's a different beast. You know what I mean? I know what I mean. Let's go to the next one. Episode 69. We just flew through the 60s, or at least I feel like we flew through the 60s. We're moving at an incredible pace. It feels good to finally have some momentum going for this show as well. It's super handy to have her then, and to have her be that knowledgeable. Is this Luffy and Smoker? Like Koby was looking at? Oh boy, what does it say? Oh. That's cool. Navy Mayor. Conversely, seeing Koby chasing his dreams is going to further reinforce Luffy and amp him up even more. So I like how it's kind of this mutual kind of exchange of energy. Just all comes down to the fact that like when Luffy finds you, he will not let you just kind of be static in where you are. You're almost just compelled to follow along and chase those dreams, whatever they happen to be. And I think that's such just a wonderful message overall within the One Piece story, is that people are able to liberate themselves from the shackles of their own thoughts, situations, circumstances, to be able to just freely express themselves and chase after what it is they most desire and look for in their life. I think that's fantastic. It's great. Yeah. So this is where Koby's going to be hanging for a little bit, huh? That's one hell of a start. Is this what they meant by saying these two weren't really suited for the Navy? Or didn't qualify, rather? What a one-sided conversation. Oh. I believe he did. There you go, Koby. I love seeing this, and it's so fascinating to watch this play out in a different setting, in a different scenario, and watching these relationships kind of build and foster. And that's especially true even of our Straw Hats as well. Although with the Straw Hats, we're in completely different territory than what I've experienced with the live action. But this is kind of picking up a little bit of that slack here and developing it, over a much longer period of time. And so like a thought that kind of entered my brain as I was watching this exchange, because I'm constantly trying to distract myself, of course, from paying attention, is how much I really enjoy being able to see things differently. Part of the reason I went on this reaction journey in the first place is because there were people in comments from like the teaser trailer and the first official trailer that were saying like this was so unnecessary, we didn't need it. And I've kind of talked at length about, my emotional ties to getting me started with it. But definitely one of the recurring thoughts is that I didn't see that. When I sat down to watch it and I got to the very end as quickly as I could for the first season of the live action, it felt necessary. It felt like such an important story that I was able to participate in and to fall in love with these characters. I knew going into the anime it was going to be very different. I mean, we saw 8 truncated episodes and now we're seeing the expanded form of the content itself. So naturally, I knew it was going to be very different, but I also looked forward to that. And I really do hope, if nothing else, the season 1 of the live action had kind of like solidified that willing acceptance to embrace things that are different, as long as, they continue to keep the spirit of the story alive within those moments that are altered and changed. And so far from what I've witnessed, I think they did an exceptional job. Maybe some of this is like the soft conditioning of Marvel movies over the last several decades with the inclusion of multiverse. I'm seeing like a multiverse adaptation right here, and now Netflix is talking about bringing in the One Piece, and that's going to be a whole multiverse as well with different pacing and structure there too. I think it's all around just really exciting. So mostly what I try to focus on is not why something's different. I'm not constantly playing a game of spot the difference. I'm talking about how does this difference elevate my understanding of the story, my appreciation of the story, a story I already appreciate. So those are the things I tend to look for, and those are the things I tend to respond to. But it just struck me as kind of odd that there's this dismissive attitude that I see crop up from time to time in the comments, and I don't even know if people are aware that they do it. I think people respond first with their feelings, and then when you ask them to kind of reinforce that with their thoughts, they just give you more feelings about things. But the problem is that even your emotions can betray you. You may want to keep a straight face and you burst out laughing, right? You may want to be like Koby and show your bravery, but tears are streaming down your face. I don't trust emotions. However, I do believe that when you connect your thoughts and your feelings together, you create a holistic viewpoint, a holistic perspective that you can build from. And so like for me, I try to connect these two very different experiences, what I think about something, how I feel about something, and I try to create a sense of gratitude. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be able to enjoy this story and enjoy even the differences in the other story, because it was enjoyable to watch. So if you happen to be in kind of one of those camps where you're just highly dismissive of things, I think that's totally fine. Just be aware that you are limiting yourself, which is so funny because I just wrapped up Delicious in Dungeon, and that is one of the themes that kind of plays itself in one of the later episodes, is how we sometimes just set ourselves on a path, and then that path, we never diverge from it. And so our experiences that we have in life, they shrink and they narrow. So everybody else, that's fine if they want to pursue that path. Me personally, I'm leading into this with a grateful heart, grateful for the community that's been so welcoming and accommodating, which, by the way, thank you so much for not giving away the fact that Miss Wednesday is Princess Vivi. It's clearly obvious once you have those details there, but I think it would have been so easy in the, not last video, but the one previous to that, in the comments, to be like, do you have any idea who this is? And especially it's funny when I think about like casting announcements, and how I believe they cast Vivi, right? But I was looking for Miss Wednesday, and I'm like, I can't find her to put her on my edited video to show this off, because I had said I thought they had cast both of them. So it's really funny to me that that's how that ended up turning out. And I definitely had a good chuckle when I saw that reveal. So thank you so much for letting me have that experience for myself. That means a lot to me. And so that's what this is all about. It's elevating the experience, getting lost in the storytelling, and finding something that matters most to you. And if you are able to do that, how you do that, I can respect that. I just ask that you also respect that about others, and at least be aware that there are some people out there that can enjoy things in so many different ways. In fact, different ways from even you and how you experience things. So with that in mind, like I said, my whole thing is to just continue in a state of gratitude, be open to the wacky weirdness and all of the wholesome, exciting, incredible messages as they pop up in the deep thoughts that I have as things are presented to me. All of it is incredible. I'm enjoying this ride so much. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and get back to the story before I talk myself in a circle again. Hello, commercial break. Oh, that's cool. We get to see them now. Helmeppo has some like Daniel LaRusso Karate Kid 1 vibes going on. He doesn't see the, the wisdom in this task. definitely some Karate Kid vibes right here. Which, of course, I'm going to connect to. I love that. Only Koby would try to compare like the density of hits received from Captain Alvida and Garp. Yeah, got a power level. Using his words against him. Yep. I can really respect that from Helmeppo. I'm impressed. There you go. Man, that looks so cool. Whoa. Oh, we're getting a montage? Let's go. I like that he did that not as a way of saying you can't say that, but as a way of saying you shouldn't. And that's the difference between a friend and an enemy right there. Well, I think I had that reversed. An enemy and a friend. There you go. So I like that immediate development that we've seen over the course of this montage, but also how this seems to be a really big theme is one person can reinforce and reinvigorate the spirit of another, and just how important it is to kind of carry that attitude with you, because you never know who it is that you're inspiring, who it is that you're motivating. And especially as someone in the education field, I find that incredibly inspiring. Those are the attitudes I would want to see in my students. Maybe not like quite that gung-ho, because that might mean I have to keep up with it, but at least, within reason, like would you just look at it? It's so good. I love it. I love this theme that we have going about how like this energy is kind of like feeding back into itself and is self-sustaining, and how it just kind of at the same time grows and passes from one person to another. And I think that's definitely a lesson that you can take with you, is understanding that what you say and what you do has influence over others. And together, the experience that forms as a result of that is our conscious state of reality. And that's how we affect the world around us in big and little ways. And so the moment you leave your house and you're out there in the world, and the world is aware of your existence, you are influencing the world. And I think that that's really important to keep in mind, and why I find it so important to carry forward a spirit of gratitude. And I hope you feel that gratitude. I hope that elevates this experience, not just for me, but also for you watching at home, because honestly, that's really the energy that I want to put out in the world, is fostering feelings of gratitude for what we have instead of what we want. It's really inspiring seeing this friendship blossom right here the way that it is. He came out of nowhere.
なんだよ、面白そうな話してたじゃねえか。俺にも聞かせてくれや。誰と友達だって。
Oh,
ちょっとつらかせや。
did he hear the name Luffy?
お前らはあの麦わらのルフィと
お
友達なんだな。
ヘルメッポさんはどうか知りませんが、僕はそうです。ずっと友達だと言ってくれました。
That honesty, refreshing.
知ってると思うが、そんな奴らを海軍に置いとくわけにはいかん。だが、幸いこのことを知っとるのは俺だけだ。海兵になりたいか。
ちょっと待ってください。確かに僕はルフィさんと友達ですが、ヘルメッポさんは別に。
なりてえよ。なりてえからここにいるんだ。
ヘルメッ
Hmm.
ポさん。
バカなこと今さら聞いてくれる相手かよ。連帯責任だ。連帯責任。コビーはどうした？なりたくないのか？
なりたいです。
ならしのごの言ってねえで、とっととかかってこい。
Oh. Ow. They are working together, which is pretty impressive. And they're not dead yet as the sun goes down. Equally impressive. Well,
まだ。
まだ死んでねえぞ。
yeah, give them the old Captain America treatment.
自分でなるって決めたんだ。
まだまだ諦めてたまるか。海軍将校と来たか。こいつは愉快だ。
Excellent. Ooh.
ここでは変人扱いされて久しいが、連れてきたからには立派に使い物になるようにせんとな。まだ気持ち的には弱いかもしれん。本当に覚悟を持ってやってるかどうかをな。小さなほどは覚悟は認めてやろう。お前らなんてまだまだだ。怖いの弱くないのって弱すぎるわ。お前らはこれから毎日猛特訓だぞ。覚悟しろ。
Okay.
友達のことは多めに見てやる。ただし多分無用だ。気持ちだけ大事にしろ。
ありがとうございます。ガン通常。
There you go. Yeah. Aw. I love this.
よっしゃー。行くぞー。
So now it at least kind of feels like we've caught up to where season 1 of the live action left off with regards to Koby, Helmeppo, and Garp. That's kind of where they left it, is like talking about how grueling training was going to be for them to get stronger, for them to get better. So to see, again, kind of going back to a little bit of the conversation we had earlier, to see how it kind of plays out and that is differently, and that I can still appreciate both, and that the spirit of that story is alive in both of those, and just how grateful I am to be experiencing it, and to be, you know, and the thing is, I'm gonna feel the exact same way when I sit down and I experience it in the manga. I'm gonna feel the exact same way when I experience it in the One Piece when that comes out. I didn't become a One Piece anime fan I didn't become a One Piece manga fan. I didn't become a One Piece Netflix live action Opla fan. I became a fan of One Piece. And I wanted to learn more about the mind that created it. And I wanted to feel that connection. And I'm so glad that I have allowed myself to be open to experiencing that, because the gratitude I feel to be going on this journey, to have a community rally behind me to help kind of shepherd me through these moments, and to also just have that camaraderie amongst each other of where we were at this point in the journey, where our thoughts took us as the story unfolded. That is the adventure. That is what I find to be of true value and truly worth it. Everything else is just a bonus. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great one, everybody, and I will catch you later. That's all for today. This is Noxiddar out. We'll see ya.